Hello dear students, my name is Ajit Singh Rawat and today I will be taking the topic continuity part 3. We have already discussed this topic in two previous parts and today I am discussing the next topic, that is in part 3. So the learning outcomes of today's class are to understand the algebra of continuous functions. We discussed the algebra of continuous functions and next we will be discussing the continuity of composite functions, continuity of composite functions. So these two topics we will be covering in this lecture. So let us start with the algebra of continuous functions. So we start with theorem 1. Suppose f and g be two real functions continuous at a real number c. So these two functions f and g, they are real functions and they are continuous at a point c. Then their sum f plus g, their difference f minus g, their product f into g and their division f by g will be continuous at c. And please note, in this fourth case the c should be a point where g of c should not be equal to 0, right? So this is the algebra of continuous functions. So to understand this theorem, let us have an example in which we have been given some functions and we have to discuss the continuity of these functions, right? So the first function is sin x plus cos x, second function is sin x minus cos x, and the third function is the product of the two functions sin x and cos x. We need to discuss the continuity of these functions. So before discussing the continuity of these functions, let us discuss the continuity of the function sin x. The continuity of the function sin x. All of you must be well aware of the graph of this function sin x. So the graph of sin x is like this, and the graph of cos x, this is the graph of sin x, and the graph of the function, say g of x is equal to cos x, it is like this, right? So both as you can clearly see from the graph of the function sin x and the graph of the function cos x, that sin x and cos x, they are continuous functions because they are continuous at every point of its domain. So now we will be discussing the continuity of these functions, right? So see, this function is the sum of two continuous functions, right? So this function is continuous function. From the algebra of continuous function, I can say the sum of two continuous functions is a continuous function, right? So similarly, the difference of two continuous function is a continuous function. The product of two continuous function is a continuous function. So let us take another example. Here we have to discuss the continuity of the function fx is equal to 2x by x minus 3. So this is a rational function. You might be knowing what is a rational function. A function of this type where the numerator and denominator we have polynomial functions. So such kind of function is known as a rational function. So we have to discuss the continuity of this rational function. And clearly this function is not defined at x equal to 3. So the domain of this function is all real numbers except the number 3, right? So we have to discuss the continuity of this function. So for that, consider the function f1, say 2x, and consider the function f2, say x minus 3, right? Both the function f1 and f2, they are polynomial functions. This is also continuous function, this is also continuous function. So their division f1 by f2, their division will give me the function fx, which will be 2x upon x minus 3, and by algebra of continuous function I can say that 2x upon x minus 3 is a continuous function because it is continuous for all x belonging to set of real numbers minus 3. It is continuous in its domain, so therefore it is a continuous function. One more important example I would like to take here is the continuity of the function tangent x. Now this is important, the continuity of the function tangent x. You already know that sine function and cosine function are continuous functions. Let's discuss the continuity of the function tangent x. So the function is tangent x, which is actually, you know, it is sin x over cos x. So what will be the domain of this function? The domain of this function f, it will be all real number except the points where cos x is equal to 0. So we want those values of x for which cos x is not equal to 0, so that this function is defined. And as you know, cos x is 0 when x is odd multiple of pi by 2. For these values of x, when x is the odd multiple of pi by 2, the value of cos is 0. So if we want that cos x should not be equal to 0, then we have to exclude these points from the domain of the function, so that when x is not equal to this, it means that time cos x will not be equal to 0, and then only the function tan x is defined. So the domain of this function tan x is all real numbers except odd multiples of pi by 2. This is the domain of this function. So at every point of its domain, sin x is continuous, everywhere cos x is also continuous, and we have excluded these points. So their division, sin x by cos x, this is continuous, so their division is continuous, right? And we have already excluded those points where cos x is 0, right? So as far as the domain of this function is concerned, it is continuous at every point of its domain. So therefore is continuous. Why? Because if f is continuous, g is continuous, then by algebra of continuous function, their division is continuous, right? So it is continuous in its domain, so it is a continuous function. We can also see the continuity of this function by graph of this function. Some of the students might be remembering the graph of this function. Let me take this opportunity to draw the graph of the function tangent x. So if you remember, between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2, between these 2 points, the graph of tangent x is like this. This is the graph of tangent x between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. The value of the function tan x is 0 at 0. Then at pi again it is 0. Then between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2 again like this, and it goes on like this on both sides, either side, right? So this is the graph of tangent x, right? So you can clearly see, if we exclude the points odd multiple of pi by 2, right? If we exclude this point pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2, so if we exclude the odd multiples of pi by 2, then we can say the function is continuous at every point of its domain, right? So it is a continuous function as it is continuous at every point of its domain. Next we come to a very important another theorem of this topic, and this is about continuity of composite function. So this theorem is like this. It says, suppose f and g are two real valued functions. F and g are two real valued functions such that f composition g, this is the composite function. F and g are two real valued function, and this is the composite function. It is defined at the point C. It is defined at the point C. So when we say the composite function is continuous at C, if g is continuous at C and f is continuous at g of C. So this is theorem 2 based on continuity of a composite function at a point, right? So you will be having a more idea of it when we do some examples. So let us start with an example. Suppose you have to discuss the continuity of the function sine of x square. You have to comment on the continuity of the function sine of x square. So now see, this function is actually a composite function. So for that, for making this function, let us consider two functions fx and gx, right? So what is happening is, first of all, let gx be x square and fx be sine of x. Carefully consider two functions, sine x and x square, these two functions, and you know how to make the composition of these two functions. F composition g of x will be f of g of x, right? So when we that is f of g of x is x square, and if f of x is sine x, then what will be f of x square? So it will be sine of x square, right? So this is the composite function made up of these two functions. So what can you say about the continuity of this function? So you can use that theorem. As you know, these two functions, right? These two functions are continuous, right? And first of all, I have to take g. So I can say gx is continuous at a point c. C is any arbitrary point, and gx being a polynomial function, it is continuous at every point. So it will be continuous at any point c, right, in the domain of g. And also, what will be g of c? If x is a real number, the square of real number is again a real number. So we say fx is continuous at g of c. That is, fx is continuous at c square. If c is a real number, c square will also be a real number. So sine of a real number, this is also a continuous function. So gx is continuous at c, fx is continuous at g of c. So we can say their composition, f composition g, is continuous at x equal to c, using the theorem 2, which I have already discussed. So these type of questions can be done with the help of that theorem. Let us discuss the continuity of the function modulus of x minus modulus of x plus 1. So we have to discuss the continuity of this function. So if we say that this is a continuous function and this is a continuous function, then the difference of two continuous functions is a continuous function, right? So the domain of this function is, this is defined for every real number. Again, mod of x plus 1 is also defined for every real number. So the domain of this function f is also for every x belonging to R. The domain of this function is the intersection of domains of these two functions, right? So the domain of this function is R, domain of this function is R, the intersection of R and R is R. So the domain of this function fx is R, and we have to discuss the continuity. It means we have to think of the continuity at every point of its domain. So is mod of x a continuous function? Yes. In previous classes I have explained modulus function is a continuous function. And what about the mod of x plus 1? What about mod of x plus 1? This is actually, you can say, a composite function, right? So first of all, we have this function x plus 1, which is a simple polynomial function. It is continuous, and if we take the modulus of this function, that is the composition of a polynomial function and a modulus function, right? Both polynomial and modulus function, they are continuous, so their composition is also a continuous function. That way you can say that this is a continuous function, modulus x is a continuous function, and by algebra of continuous functions, their difference will also be a continuous function. So the final comments are, this is a continuous function, right? So I'll be giving you few questions to practice at home, and I am writing the homework. You can try these questions, and with this I complete my topic, continuity. Thank you so much.